Every year, it seems like the fruits of Electronic Arts' labor in creating a 10-year exclusivity deal with Disney to make Star Wars games will be shown off. However, for some reason, we are halfway through and have only seen Star Wars Battlefront II and its predecessor make it to market, with barely any further information about anything else down the line beyond a sizzle reel. Thankfully, there was some news to share at E3 2018 this year, plus the opportunity to get early access to Star Wars Battlefront II content and more as the games industry gathered in Los Angeles. We'll catch you up on everything to do with Star Wars games in this nice little wrap-up. Star Wars Battlefront II, Kessel Map, Extraction. One of the newest maps in the game borrows its likeness from Solo, a Star Wars story, the planet of Kessel. It even takes on the mission from the movie, as Extraction mode gameplay sees the rebels trying to extract coaxium fuel from an Imperial base as they carry the payload forward in phases. If at any of the 3 stages time runs out, the Empire wins. The winding, dark tunnels of Kessel makes for exciting pinch points and back-and-forth combat between waves of enemies, and it's always great to see the expansion of heroes pushed forward. Young Lando and Han Solo skins look nice, continuing to push Star Wars Battlefront II monetization towards aesthetics only. The Han Solo season will continue with more free content, but at this point, I wasn't wowed with anything I played of Battlefront II. Everything runs and looks smooth as hell, but so much of the Kessel map is indoors and in cavernous regions. It looks grim, dark and visually boring. It was not as captivating as it could have been. Page 2. Los Angeles, California, June 9. Host Andrea Renee interviews Vince Zampella, co-founder of Respawn, about the upcoming title, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, during the Electronic Arts EA Play event at the Hollywood Palladium on June 9, 2018 in Los Angeles, California. The E3 game conference begins on Tuesday, June 12. Photo by Christian Peterson, Getty Images. E3 2018 was light on gameplay announcements overall, but at the very least, we saw short teaser trailers, cinematics or even parts of gameplay throughout the myriad of conferences. At EA Play, however, we learned about the latest of the upcoming Star Wars games by panning to a shot of Respawn Entertainment co-founder Vince Zampella as if he was in the Witness Protection Program. It is in this incredibly awkward moment that Vince revealed the title, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Taking place between episodes 3 and 4 of the Skywalker saga, yes, another one, it focuses on one of the few surviving young Jedi Padawan during the Dark Times, by telling an original Star Wars story. It will be released in the holiday season of 2019, and no console platforms have been announced. EA has received tons of backlash for promoting their games as a service rather than as a title with story or single-player-oriented content. Star Wars Battlefront II made international headlines in proper newspapers based on just how badly they handled paid loot boxes, with some European countries since adopting measures to prevent gaming purchases that provide gambling mechanics. As such, we hope that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order takes on more of a narrative approach with its implementation. We saw a touch of mocap combat during the EA sizzle reel a few years ago, hinting at the lightsaber mechanics you can expect from the game. Even if there's a multiplayer slant, we just don't want to be paying $200 for Star Wars games. Page 3. Daniel George, 20183 2018 was not just about the future of gaming, as parts of the show floor dedicated itself to moments from the past. The National Video Game Museum set up shop to dedicate itself to the message of video game preservation and the timelessness of great video games, and there's no better a representative for the classic Star Wars gaming era than the 1983 arcade cabinet. Though it's from a simpler time in game development, the game mechanics still hold up. You would go through the Death Star run on 3 stages, destroying TIE fighters, shooting down towers and navigating the trenches all the way to the end, firing proton torpedoes right into the jackpot. Then, you regenerate parts of your shield and do it over and over until you get game over. Despite it being 35 years old, the movement of the turrets as you fired lasers felt tight, and the gameplay loop was as rewarding as it was almost a decade before I had ever been born. Speaking to people at the booth, it was clear to them that this title, alongside others from the Atari era and beyond, spoke to the importance of preserving games. So often we find ourselves looking for the next big thing, showing a lack of appreciation for the greater titles of the past. Despite the disappointing lack of new Star Wars gaming experiences out now or in the future, there are plenty of great titles in the series you probably haven't checked out yet. I'd highly recommend getting your hands on the arcade cabinet. Furthermore, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic is one of the greatest D20 RPGs of all time, and Star Wars Jedi Knight: Jedi Academy might even help prepare you for whatever Respawn has planned. A lack of compelling things in the future does not change the past.